What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. And also, I'm going to break down some very important things that are going on in the economic calendar. But just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Webull link. If you deposit any amount of money, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 in total. And deposit $25,000 or more, and you're guaranteed 75. The offer ends very soon in just about 2 weeks. Anyways, now let's talk about what's happening with the markets. So I just wanted to note to everyone that we're looking for something very interesting right now. The market's trying to hold its key support near our 20 EMA, and we'll have to see how things kind of develop from here. But just note that as far as we are moving, we're very, very range bound right now. We're not really too bullish or too bearish, so we'll have to watch our key levels to determine which way we're going to be going. So, anyways, what do I see for the markets? As a reminder, there's not really much coming out. We just had a bill auction. I think it just came out. And then besides that, there's not much. We do have some jobs numbers coming out tomorrow in the daytime. So I'll be watching to see how that looks. Besides that, there's not really a whole lot else. So what do I see for the market? Well, the answer is what happened to SPY was we started off with this big dip all the way down to 579, but I mentioned in my video to everyone, 579 is the key level. If we lost that, I would turn more bearish. But if we held it, we could attempt to rebound. Remember, I said that in my morning video. And that's exactly what happened. We hit 579, then we rebounded off of it. We weren't able to break it yet to turn super bearish. But then what happened was, despite the fact that we tried to bounce, we were not able to crack past the 581 zone. So that makes me say that we're just range bound right now. We're just in a range right now. The 581 areas are resistance and 579 is our main support. As of right now, we're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So we'll see which way we end up going. And the levels are very simple. If we lose 580.2, we're looking for potentially retesting the 579 area. But even if we're in the 579s, we're not officially really bearish until we lose 579 flat. Then we're going to be looking for 577 and 575. If we break past 581, our next target is to be all the way up here around 582.5, followed by basically trying to test the highs all over again. Now, we're not doing either of those. We haven't broken past the 581s. We haven't lost 579. We're just stuck in the middle. So just give this some time to develop. We're just range bound. As far as ES goes, we're also range bound right now. Same thing as SPY. We basically dumped when we opened. This was during market open. This is when this moved. This doesn't really open or close. This is just like trading all the time, or almost all the time. So we dipped a bit, we rebounded a bit, came back down. We're just trading sideways, completely range bound. If we manage to break past 58.75, we're looking for a pump for 58.85. And if we end up losing support right here, so the main support to watch for is resistance balances around 58.50. If 58.50 fails us, we're going to be dumping all the way down to 58.25, if not below that. So we're kind of stuck right now in between, going back and forth and back and forth. So be patient and give this some time to develop. For Nvidia right now is kind of range bound. If we were to lose basically the support at 133, we're looking for a bigger dump. I mentioned to everyone I suspected this was going to pump to about 135, and we came very close. It actually did hit that. So we were correct on the dot with that, but I said it's going to be a tough resistance as well. So if we had broken 135, we'd be looking for a bigger continuation up to like 137. If we rejected off 135, we're looking for a move back down. As of right now, we're just kind of like consolidating between 133 and 135. So it's going to likely continue to do that until we see which way it moves. So lose 133, and I will turn more bearish and we're looking for a bigger dump. Otherwise, we're just range bound, not really doing much. Now, Bitcoin did a good job. It's uptrending very, very nicely. We have resistance at 68,000. Our main support's down here at 67,000. So give it some time and we'll see how things develop. For others out there, we have Tesla stock. Tesla's completely range bound. We have basically 220 as our main support. If 220 fails us, we're looking for 217, followed by 215. If we end up holding up 220, look at resistance at 222 is the main one. If that breaks, we're looking for 225. And if Tesla breaks that, we're looking for a bigger pump. Otherwise, we're just range bound, and Tesla's very choppy today, so I don't think it's really worth like trying to scalp. But we'll see. For now, it's not really doing much. NQ has gotten a small rejection right here. We have resistance at 20,345. Our support to watch for is at 20,200. If that fails us, this will excuse me, it will easily start dipping down to about 20,060. So we're just range bound. It's looking a little bit more bearish, so give this the time it needs. For the QQQ is right now kind of like range bound, but it's looking a little bit weaker. So NQ and the QQQ are weaker than the S&P 500. Tech is looking a little bit weaker. That's the reason why. So we basically have this resistance at 490 and our main support's at 489. That's 489.01 to be more precise at the 50 EMA. If that fails us, we're looking for a bigger move back down, all the way down to about potentially the low of the day. If we end up losing 489, so be careful. I am seeing some weakness on the chart, so be very mindful of that. There is a risk of it coming down lower. We called out 230 on Aapl in the morning. That's exactly where this went to. We have 230.63 as our resistance. If it does not get back above that, we're at risk of coming down to about if 230 fails us simultaneously, if we don't break 230.63 and we end up losing 230, then we're going all the way down to 228.6. So be careful with Aapl. For the IWM, we're looking a little bit more bullish. As long as we don't lose 225, we favor 227.5 as our potential target. It looks a little bit more bullish for now, unless we end up losing 225. For Coinbase, we're trying to push. We're looking for 210 as our potential target. I think that we have a tough resistance very close to, I think it was 210, maybe a little above that, like 210 to 212, basically in that range. So we could be getting close to that. I think we did touch 210 actually. So we came very close, but now be careful of tough resistance for it. If it does retrace, we're looking for basically 205 as our target, followed by 200 flat. For Amazon, we came down to about 185. If we lose that, we're looking for a bigger dip for 183. And then we have 187 as our resistance. For Meta, we're dipping right now. We have a double top leg structure. If we continue to fall, we're looking for the imbalance below. That will take us all the way down towards 570, 571. So we could be dipping to 571 if we don't reclaim 575 on Meta. On Microsoft, we need to reclaim 417. Otherwise, I see a risk of us coming down closer to the 410 area. And Google's going to likely shuffle at 165, not really doing much. So that being said, guys, that is it for my analysis. SPY is just shuffling, so is Tesla and the others. There's not much going on with the markets for now until we see which way we break. So once again, if SPY loses 579, we turn more bearish. There's going to be a bigger dump. But we haven't done that yet. We touched it today only to bounce off of it. That's our support near the 20 EMA. We haven't been able to crack past 581 as well, the 581s, but that's not the main level. I think 582 is also another big one. If we get back above 582, I will turn more bullish. Otherwise, we're just range bound, okay? We're just range bound, so give this the time it needs. Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll see you guys very soon in my next video in hopefully a couple of hours. Until then, have a great day, guys, and peace out.